Hello everyone, welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. This one's going to take place on Shakuras Plateau. There's Be Brave being well-mannered there. Throwing a GG in the middle of his GL and HF for like a pleasant acronym greeting. I actually use hand motions there. Need to get like a webcam so you can actually see me speak with my body. Sounded dirty for some reason. Anyways, yes, I'm the blue Terran spawning in the top left-hand position, and my Terran opponent is Be Brave, the red Terran in the bottom right-hand position. And of course, being Shakuras Plateau, you cannot spawn in vertical positions, so he's definitely going to be far away, either in the top right-hand or the bottom right-hand position. I think the only difference is whether this back alley is available to you for a strong, straight push. Because by walking through the middle, they're both really long rush distance. Yeah, but he's cross-map, so yeah, even the back alley is not available. So this is going to be probably a long macro game. That's usually what happens on large maps like this, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be going for my typical, what they call it, Sky Terran build. I don't know if that's actually a specific build, but I just do a lot of air, and I call it Sky Terran. Well, actually, I've never called it Sky Terran except for now, but I've heard the term before. Yeah, Be Brave Scout is trying to get into my base. He doesn't. What I like to do is, after this barracks is done, if he hasn't scouted me, I immediately throw down the next supply depot, just to keep him out. If he has already gotten inside my base, then I'll usually go orbital, then another refinery, then a marine, then get this supply depot, and that's still good enough not to get supply capped. So my scout did get in. I spotted 3 barracks, so I immediately throw down the bunker. However, he did get up my ramp to see my bunker, so I don't think he's going to be going for any sort of timing push with his barracks units. And in fact, he went open with concussive shell, so it doesn't look like it's an offensive mass barracks build. I think typically you open with stim pack if you're going to do some sort of fast timing push. Wow, beautifully placed scan by Be Brave there. Notice how he does scan near the back of my base, able to spot my starports. I think typically Terrans like to build, just like around here, just to get sight over all their base, or somewhere towards the ramp. So usually a scan would just be thrown down in this area. I was a little less lackluster about it. I still probably could have kept these hidden. I could have done one starport against the edge right here, and maybe another starport up here, and I think those would have avoided the scan. So I kind of hid them, but I didn't hide them as well as I could have. So I'm going to be moving out with a few Banshees, and he's going to be ready for me. Just going to stop here. This is some beautiful missile turret placement. 5 turrets up. What is available for me to hit here? He's totally got this side blocked, the back, this side, and this side. I mean, maybe I can pick away at this barracks where all his Marines happen to be, which isn't good. But yeah, he's basically shut me down. Plus, I went home to macro when I was moving in. So this is going to be so late to take control. I'm going to take control there, and I'll lose a Banshee and a half. So rejoining with my 3rd Banshee, I'm going to come in to test out the right-hand side. Yet again, another missile turret. Popping in again, another missile turret. I'm going to try to slip in between the hole. Yep, I'm taking on a supply depot, so I do go home to macro. Bad timing. That is a dead Banshee. One thing to be careful of there, even if I did cloak, I still would have gotten picked off. Remember that turret's detection range is longer than their attack range. So I was definitely still in detection range there, even though they weren't firing at me. So 3 Banshees doing 0 damage. Well, maybe I cost them about 12 minerals in repair, but that's about it. So I'm well behind. Bring up the units lost tab. Yeah, 800 over 75. I can't even think of what that 75 would be. He does push out. I'm able to pick off a couple Marines. And decloaking, heading back home. Maybe get a little bit of repairing done. I really wish repairing would come up on the units lost tab. I think anything where you're having to spend resources should come up on the units lost tab. So losing units, losing structures, repairing structures. That's all damage done, basically. having to cancel structures. Second scan does pick off the remainder of my Banshees there. However, I don't think he's paying too much attention and lost a lot of units to my Planetary. Notice my Planetary has 10 kills now, and the units last tab is much more even. In fact, he has lost more than me because I was even able to pick off a Viking with my Vikings. So since he did push, I figured he was expanding at the same time. That's what day 9 teaches. But yeah, that didn't turn out well. Killed half a tank, and that was about it. Coming with my Vikings, seeing if I can snipe off his Vikings, but with Marines in the area, that's a bad idea. And having to push back. So again, fails, came with Vikings and Banshees, did not do a whole lot of damage there. And if we bring up the units lost tab again, you can see I'm well in the minus of that. Wow, he just loaded up medevacs there. That might have been worse. I don't have a whole lot. My only ground defense is Banshees at the moment, so if he could bypass my fortress. So he is pushing through the middle here, so I am pulling back, getting ready to defend. Said pulling back. Okay, whatever. Look at this fake Maynard here. Transferring over SCVs, get them back, force a scan. Haha, no base. And at the same time, I have set up my third at the 12 o'clock. I think I've blown at the back rocks. Yep, I have. Ant King set up now is really mineral rich, so I threw down 4 command centers. Now he's attacking me, and I just lost my last Banshee there. That kind of bugs me a little bit. I want to rewind that. Do you think I'd be used to what the range is on this scanner sweep now? So I'm figuring I'm out of range here, but apparently I'm not because he's picking me off, and that was the only protection. So maybe one more notch over, and I would have kept those 2 Banshees alive. So now I have nothing that can attack ground besides my fortress. A beautiful time to have the range upgrade on my fortress right now. It's one thing I definitely should have gotten this match. It helps a lot versus siege tanks, which is surprising. I mean, you think, okay, it only raises it from 6 to 7. How does that help versus a 13 range siege tank? Well, it makes it a little more difficult for him to set up a bunch of siege tanks in range of seeing and hitting the fortress, without getting range of being hit. And at the same time, your SCVs on the far side of your fortress should be out of range of the siege tanks. So I am flying up my 4 command centers. What I'm going to be doing with it, I'm not quite sure. I was thinking expand, but now I'm thinking, you know what? It's time for the quadruple planetary fortress rush, and here we go. We're heading in. But, nope. I lost the retard in my head, and yeah, we decided to expand instead. But I was really going to fortress rush there. I don't think it would have turned out well versus Terran with tanks. Yeah, day 9 says, you know, when you're attacking, expand. I say when you're about to lose your base, quadruple expand. Hey, why not? So he does take some hits running by my fortress there, but he gets in, and finally, we're getting some air-to-ground attack. The whole time I had no additional Banshees is because I was waiting for my slow-ass battle cruisers to finally build. And they will do much better versus Stim Marines. And that'll clean up this push on my base. At the same time, I've gotten down few command centers, which I'm all converting into planetaries. And oh yes, planetary on planetary crime going on here. Looks like his is ahead of mine though, and he may have a couple more SCVs to repair with than I do. There's the attacks. I do have some Vikings coming in. I'm going to land behind his base, see if I can kill some SCVs. Took some hits from the turrets there, but that's alright. Calling down some mules of my own to repair. Neither of us actually focused firing the mules or the harvesters with our fortresses. That would have made sense. And here comes my battle cruisers to help clean it up. Apologies for the frame rate. Yeah, there we go. But a lot of Vikings coming in, and I think siege tanks and Marines as well, so not good. Losing 1 battle cruiser there. I really need to get some, there we go, some Viking support. However, this does not turn out well. My Vikings get dragged into his Marines. All my Vikings drop. Okay, my battlecruisers kill the Marines, but naked battlecruisers versus Vikings is never a good thing. They can just kite you forever. And with that, my hero fortress is going down. That's alright. He won the gang war versus the other fortress. West side. And moving in on this expansion now. And yeah, being able to get 4 tanks in range, this is not even worth repairing, I don't think, even if I could repair it. So I'm just going to try to get all these harvesters out of here before the fortress goes down and he starts pounding them. Oh, I think they'll survive. Sweet. That's the thing with quadruple expanding, there's always another base to send your harvesters to. Same time, getting a decent force together of my own, and having the Selnaga tower, I am able to spot the refineries, so I'm going to go and try to take out his third. Same time he's breaking through these back rocks, he's going to try to hit my 12 o'clock. And hitting whatever this is, my 12:30 base at the same time. With 3 tanks from far range, I'm just going to repair, keep this expansion alive. Do have some action going on down here. I do have Yamato now, so that helps versus the sniping that goes on. So I lost a couple battlecruisers, but I more or less took that. This base is on the positive. I mean, I am spending a lot of money repairing it, but I'm bringing in more than I'm spending. I got 4 in this. Yeah, I got 4 in that refinery. Oh, we got to break back this one up. This one's hilarious. Here comes my base. Notice I can see all his tanks. Waiting for them to siege. There's the siege. I notice he has no support units. I pull on my SCVs as soon as he sieges. And now I get free attack. His folks firing them down one at a time. Yeah, it leaves some dancing SCVs, but I think it's important to kill them off one at a time before he unsieges. And even able to take out a Viking. So his third is down. I save my 12 o'clock, and this base is surviving, kinda. They're down 3 more command centers with no intention of floating them anywhere. I'm just going to use them for extra mules and extra scans and extra supply, for that matter. And now my force, Air Force, down is then taking the third and come here and work on this base. I think I am losing the Viking count. However, I do have 1 upgrades, 2 upgrades. Nice. And he has some extra Marines, so I think my battlecruisers make up for that. And doing a little bit of Yamato sniping when I can. Frame rate of 4. Sweet. I'm just going to pause it for a second here. Alright. Alright, I improved the frame rate. Something's going on with my hard drive there. Looks like he's almost mined out seconds, so taking his third now, and that will be his only mining base. At the same time, I've set up my, who knows what, 5th and 6th, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th and 7th base. Not including the ones I've lost. And I do have these orbitals, so they're energy available, so you can do cool things like this, and still have lots of energy left for scans. So here we go, we're pairing up and moving in on his final base. This should be GG. Okay, guess now, is it going to be well-mannered or bad-mannered? What do you think? Oh, for those of you who said good manner, you're wrong! Oh yeah, GG, followed up by a big cursing complaint. I guess this is a noob game. You don't really see mass battlecruiser, mass planetary fortress, but hey, works for me. Probably won't see you in the GSL, but oh well. Yeah, so I found that to be a fun game just because I think I built 11 command centers this match, which is about a command center every 2.5 minutes. And then my 2-2 ups finished, 3-3 on the way probably. Yeah, I got lots of money in the bank and I got 7 starports down, so I was in really good shape. My income was through the roof. 1,400 gas per minute. I don't think I've ever had that high before. Gotta love these maps with tons of bases on them. Yep, so that's the end of this VOD. Thank you everyone, and thumbs up back to come.
I've seen a lot of good lives wasted.
Alright, for today's thumbs up fact of the day, I'm going to do a little experimentation with repairing. And another selfish thumbs up fact, because this is kind of information I've always wanted to know and I have never really looked it up. So first of all, I kind of want to find out how much repairing costs. Now I know the repair cost is proportional to the structure you're repairing. Because for instance, if I repair this orbital, I know it costs me no gas, because constructing it costs no gas. Whereas repairing a starport will cost me gas because it costs 100 gas to construct. So I'm looking at my resources. I'm at 800 and 1,000, and I've taken off about 20% of this factory's hit points. So I'm just going to repair it and see how much it costs.
You scared me.
So you can see it repairs at about 20 hit points per second. So repairing is fast, that's for sure. And it cost me about 8 minerals and what was that? 800 and 103. So it costs it's very cheap. So 20% of repairing this from like nothing to full would only cost about 40 minerals and 25 gas or so, something like that. Okay, I don't really care about the exact numbers. I just wanted to see how cheap it was, and it's quite cheap. So when I do those things like having a base only half mining with like 5 SCVs repairing it because of siege tanks, it's still probably or definitely worth it, as it's making positive income. Next thing I wanted to find out is whether a mule repairs faster than an SCV, because it mines faster than SCV, so I wonder if it's actually a more efficient repairer as well. Oops.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, I didn't mean to start mining that, repairing that. See if I can balance this out. Alright, close enough. Oh, jeez. A little too much hot water now.
Whatever.
Alright, good enough, within 5 hit points. So these are more or less the same, so I'm going to start, call down a mule here. And we'll turn these both on auto repair and see how it turns out. Wow, this is such a fail.
Good job, huh? Woo-hoo! Overtime.
Auto repair should be one of those spells that if you highlight both these units, it should work for both. I mean, just like if you highlight Marines and Marauders, Stim works for both. You shouldn't have to tab, just turn them both to repair. Alright, so this is more or less close enough. Hey, dead on! Sweet. Okay, this mule's about to dry. Let's start this one more time.
Yeah.
Let's call down mule. And repair. And
Good
repair.
job, huh?
So it looks like they're repairing at the exact same rate. I think the mules started a split second earlier, but yeah, they're repairing at the exact same rate. So mules have no advantage in repairing, only mining.
Yo.
So last thing I want to test out is how much does it cost to repair a unit that's free? Because you know it costs minerals to repair a mineral structure. It costs minerals and gas to repair a structure that's minerals and gas. But what about an auto turret? An auto turret really doesn't have a cost per se, at least not a visible one that I know of. So let's just check out the mining up here, and we're going to start repairing it to see what happens. So it is costing minerals to repair an auto turret. So I guess it's pretty arbitrary. Interesting. And one more thing to test out. The other free units being a mule.
Why not?
And we will repair the mule, which again costs minerals only. Okay, so it costs money to repair free units. Mules do not repair faster than SCVs, And I've already forgotten the third thing I tested. Oh yeah, repairing is cheap. Alright, and with that, that's the end of this thumbs up fact of the day. Thank you everyone, and goodbye.